Diffuse reflection is the reflection of light from a rough surface. Each incident ray obeys the law of reflection. The different angles that incident light rays encounter at the surface cause reflection in many directions. If the differences in elevations in a surface are small, less than about 1/8 the wavelength of the light, the surface is considered polished. Whether a surface is a diffuse reflector or a polished reflector depends on the wavelength of the waves it reflects. Visible light that reflects from a sheet of paper is diffusely reflected. Rays of light incident on paper encounter millions of tiny flat surfaces facing in all directions, so they are reflected in all directions. Diffuse reflection allows us to read the page from any direction or position. We see most of the things around us by diffuse reflection. In this picture, light is diffusely reflected from the paper in many directions. The light incident on the smooth mirror is only reflected in one direction. An echo is a reflected sound. More sound energy is reflected from a rigid and smooth surface than from a soft and irregular surface. Sound energy not reflected is absorbed or transmitted. The study of the reflective properties of surfaces is called acoustics. When walls are too reflective, the sound becomes garbled because of multiple reflections of sound waves called reverberations. When the reflected surfaces are more absorbent, the sound level is lower, and the hall sounds dull and lifeless. In the design of an auditorium or concert hall, a balance between reverberation and absorption is desired. The walls of concert halls are often designed with grooves so that the sound waves are diffused. A person in the audience receives a small amount of reflected sound from many parts of the wall. With grooved walls, sound reflects from many small sections of the wall to a listener. With flat walls, an intense reflected sound comes from only one part of the wall. Reflective surfaces are often placed behind and above the stage to direct sound out to an audience. Both sound and light obey the same law of reflection. If a reflector is oriented so that you can see a particular musical instrument, you will hear it also. Sound from the instrument will follow the line of sight to the reflector and then to you. The shiny plates above the orchestra in Davies Symphony Hall in San Francisco reflect both light and sound.